And what does it mean to play, to coach and to play within the rule book to the best of your ability rather than trying to take advantage of situations, trying to get away with things. I believe one of the things that you're sacrificing by doing that is something that we don't talk very much about, which is honor and respecting your opponent and respecting the officials and respecting everyone involved in sports. I feel like we don't talk about honor enough. And I think that, well, let me ask you this. If you're not talking about sports and you're talking about a young person, you're talking about your child, do you think it would be good for them to live an honorable life? Is that something that you would value as a parent? That you could raise your child to be honorable? What if we had a whole society of people that actually valued honor and doing the right thing? What's the phrase? Do the right thing even when no one's looking, right? I know that there's a Jordan Peterson clip where he talks about every decision you make, you have the ability to tilt the world a little bit towards good or a little bit towards evil. And what kind of a disservice are we doing to kids in sports if all of the focus is whatever it takes to win? You know, and I know there are a lot of analogies to war, right? Like sports and the battle and all these things. And I suppose in a war, you're going to do whatever it takes, right? Because it's a war. But even though sports might be sort of a microcosm, a simulation of that, again, what are you teaching young people? What are you teaching them if you're saying it's okay to cheat as long as you don't get caught? And you should feel good about it. You should feel good about getting away with something. Like, you can go online and watch all kinds of videos of, I call it people being clever. A lot of times in like baseball highlights where some first baseman will pretend to throw the ball back to the pitcher, and then the guy on first base leads off and he tags him, and then everybody commends him for this great fake, and oh, that guy on first base, you know, he just wasn't paying attention. It's like, did you really earn it, or did you just kind of sneak that? You know, it's kind of like that having to. I remember my son when he was young, he was playing in a baseball game, and one of his teammates hit a beautiful triple to right center. They were young kids. They're young. And slides into third base. The throw comes in like 2 or 3 seconds after he's slid into third. It was a great play. Everyone's excited. And the third baseman is holding the tag on his back between the exchange of his hand and his foot. I mean, you can picture it right now in your head. And the rules state that he's out because he was off the bag and he got tagged. But did that third baseman earn that out? Did he earn it? Is that an honorable way to get the kid out? I'll use the phrase often, Simon says. You know, well, Simon says. Simon didn't say that time, so you're out. It's like the kid earned it. And then you're going to take it away because of a technicality. Is that a good thing? Is it a good thing to get to deceitfully succeed? You know, I've seen other ones where, like a kickoff in football, where the kick returner catches it and sort of walks like he called a fair catch, but he didn't call a fair catch, and then everyone kind of stops, and then he starts running, and then everybody's like, what's happening? And then the officials, you know, let it happen, and he scores a touchdown, and everybody commends him for being, you know, clever. But at what cost? Like, should we be saying, oh, that's, you know, high IQ play right there? But because you tricked them. You know, like the youth. I've seen Pee Wee football highlights where the quarterback gets the ball after everyone's lined up and pretends to be walking towards the sideline to say there's something wrong with the ball. And then he takes off running and everyone's looking around and don't understand, and then he scores and the fans for that team are ecstatic and wow, what a great play. What is it really? I mean, again, it's clever, and in the end all be all of my team is going to have more points and I'm going to win, and that's all that matters. One could make an argument that that was a really great play. But I would argue that it's nothing more than being clever. You're not winning. You're not being very honorable. You're being deceitful and you're sneaking points instead of earning them.